Hello, everyone. Today, I'm going to talk about my mother's death and how she was neglected in Our Lady Lake Hospital. Um, this is the moment that I'm going to reveal a lot of these hospitals. They're not going by the HIPAA laws, of course not. They do lie. A lot of these wicked people like to lie to make themselves look good in public eye, but in the meantime, do evil, not in, well, still in public eye to me, but do evil underminingly. Okay. But I want to read about this Our Lady of the Lake. My mom was a veteran. From what I gather, my mom was supposed to be at a veteran hospital. These people pretty much went against my wishes all the way live. They didn't listen to a word I said. They neglected her, and this hospital just totally the worst. Okay. People gonna say, oh yeah, it's not. No, it is. Like, I don't trust a lot of these hospitals because they do not like the holistic way. And I'm gonna get to that in a minute. They pretty much neglected her. They didn't give her nothing for a fluid in her heart, which they didn't want me to give her the herbs for the fluid in her heart. So they wanted her to die. I'm gonna just say that. Another thing too, they holding my mama body as well, which I think is also strange. They supposed to, the funeral home tried to go get my mama body. They holding it. And people asking like, what's the proof for what? She's supposed to be at the funeral home. Yeah, you see how strange this mess is, right? Everything I'm telling them to do, they're going against everything I'm saying. And I'm going to loud cap their tails right on the screen. Right on the screen. Because first of all, they're going against the daughter wishes to what she wanted for her mother. Okay? Now, sorry, I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to have to loud cap all of them. All of them. The doctor is avoiding me. He don't want to talk to me. So I'm going to loud cap him, show him on the screen. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. Okay? Now, I'm going to start off what Our Lady of the Lake's supposed to be about. The Our Lady of the Lake Cancer Institute is rooted in the legacy of the Franciscan missionaries of Our Lady, 6 nuns who traveled from France to Louisiana in 1911 to establish Catholic health care. Okay, hold on. Health care. They founded the hospital in 1923, and their mission to provide compassionate, holistic care for the sick. Yeah, right. Remains central to the Institute cancer treatment. Do you see the holistic care, right? So they say. Now, how are you going to provide holistic care to the sick if you do not like holistic doctors coming to your darn hospital? You don't like the herbal treatments to treat the patients. No, you want them to die. You want to depopulate. You want them to suffer in bed. Okay? And I'm being honest, I don't trust these hospitals. And I still don't trust them, and they still got my mama body. Something is wrong with this darn hospital. Okay? Let's go to the reviews. Yeah, I'm gonna loud cap it. Because see, I'm tired of mistreatment of people. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. I'm gonna show the doctor too. Yeah. Let's get it. Let's see. Our Lady of the Lake. Okay. Reviews. Okay, let's see. I want to show how this is run by greedy nuns. Okay. My wife had stroke about a week ago and started having arm pain, so we called her nurse to tell us to go to the hospital. They did an ultrasound of her arm. We waited for results. Doctor came in and said, ultrasound looked fine. I don't know what's wrong. You can go home. Exactly words that came out of doctor's mouth. So yeah, they're neglecting patients, right? They suck. Nasty attitudes never helps out the patient. My mother's paralyzed and deserves better treatment than what she's getting up there. Very upset. People are complaining about them. I'm surprised HIPAA laws and people ain't checking out these doctors. Okay. Okay. Here, talking about how they were garbage. Over the half of the RNs and CNAs were garbage. Her room had a camera. If they run the camera back, they'll see mom call lights were not answered. Were not answered. The nurse station was full with lazy nurses. They were not answered. This is what I'm talking about, patient neglect. My mama died in that hospital. I'm the one found out that she was dead. The nurses didn't even come to see her. They didn't even know she was dead in the bed. I did. Now, what I gather from one nurse, that ultrasound or the monitor, that thing don't even stay on. Now, they're supposed to have monitors to stay on to keep the thing on to know if somebody's dead or not. No, they don't have those either. They have monitors that stay on and off. I'm loud capping this hospital. HIPAA law, people, if you into medicine law, y'all better check out this hospital. They killing patients in there like mad fly because they being lazy. They not doing what they supposed to do. As I gather, as a graduated medical assistant, you supposed to check on patients 24/7 every hour of the day to make sure everything is fine. They are not doing that. Okay, they are not doing that. And the doctors are also avoiding. How you gonna call yourself a doctor? You're not treating the patient. Right? They don't even like the holistic way. And they main goal was to be the holistic way. Ain't that ironic? Yeah, I'm loud capping this hospital. Okay. Here we go. Considering the fact that I was registered nurse RN, I feel like I should share my experience if the nurses that took care of me worked with me while I was in RN. I would report them to the State Board of Nursing for incompetence. There were so many violations on a daily basis, it was ridiculous. The basic level of care that's required by RN has not been being practiced. What I told you about this hospital. The hospital should be embarrassed for the services provided. Just a lawsuit waiting to happen. Nurses even had the audacity to write care plans when they never even looked at me. They neglected my mama the same way. She had fluid in her heart, and the nurses didn't even. I required every time, is my mama fine? Now, I went yesterday. No, the day before yesterday. Was it the day before yesterday? No, yesterday. 3 o'clock. And I said, my mama looked like she's dying. Oh, she's fine. She's fine. Went back, she's dead. She is not fine. And you people are neglecting her. I'm putting this on blast. They made my mama die. Yeah. Even the RN's saying it. Sorry, I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. I'm putting it all on blast. Everybody talking about the worst experience, went to the ER straight from. Everybody talking about how this hospital is not doing their job. Being I'm a 100% disabled military veteran who was referred to a late through the VA as an outsource, I think it's ridiculous and ludicrous that the VA would outsource to a hospital or even a doctor associated with this hospital when the VA cannot receive the records associated with this visit. Vice versa, a hospital that accepts and receives referrals from the VA and not somehow able to allow the VA see sad records from the visit. It's a stupid waste of time and government funds. Something, huh? My previous doctor here kept telling me nothing was wrong, everything normal. She didn't do gunner testing, which costed me my job. Well, I found from my new doctor that I have some type of autoimmune disease. The doctors here needs better training. It took me almost a year to get help when it's not that hard. If you really care to devour your job, it's sad. For the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. For some people have erred from the faith in doing so. And it's an illusion who's Illinoisan who is here for my mom's heart surgery. This hospital and the hospital stay itself is horrible, very subpar to what I am used to. Jail food is better than what they serve patients here. There's too much money in the hospital for that. And there's some bad vibe, unattended, racist nurses working here too, like Nurse Madison on the 3rd floor on 718, who entered my mother's room from the first time and spoke to her with her back turned. No introduction, no name. She brought my mom meds in the morning, and after that we never saw her again. And it's almost 4 p.m. She did not make sure that my mom was fed properly, even though I told her that the breakfast she received only a number. See? They didn't feed my mama either. I'm so mad at this darn hospital. You guys, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. They are intentionally killing patients. This is medical malpractice. And these lawyers need to get on the ball. Or these people with these HIPAA laws need to get on the ball. Like I said before, they didn't want to listen to me. I told them, treat my mom with the uttermost care, give her the holistic way. They didn't want to give her the holistic way. They didn't want to listen to anything I told them. I wanted a VA caregiver for my mother. They didn't even provide that. Talking about it's taking too long in the process. But let it take what it needs to give her the VA caregiver. No, they holding her in the hospital, neglecting her, making her to die. Ain't got the nerve to tell me, oh, we didn't want her to die. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Because if you didn't want her to die, you would have a holistic doctor come and see her. Yes, you did. It's a madhouse. It used to be a nice hospital years ago. Now it's not ever since they accepted the state funding. It's turned into a terrible hospital. It seems almost like a mental institution. The way security is, and they are rude as hell. Would not recommend let any family members or friends go there 100% time better off at Veterans General Arsenal Hospital. Do not come here. The nurses and doctors are too busy violating HIPAA rules and regulations, not taking care of patients. As a patient family member, There should be no reason I'm seeing staff members sit across from me on their phones talking about patient conditions while I watch my family member in pain with no one coming to check on her or tell us anything and be ignored when asked. This is what I'm talking about. They intentionally killed my mother. They're ignoring the patients. They're not treating them like they're supposed to do, like they're supposed to be doing. Do y'all understand where I'm coming from? And everybody say, oh no, let your mama rest in peace. I'm not. Listen to me. I am not going to let this slide. I'm loud capping all their tails. I'm loud capping the doctors. I'm loud capping the nurses. I'm loud capping all of them. Because they are doing this intentionally. They have been doing this for far too long. Far too long. I'm not letting this slide. No, hell no. You mess with my mama, I'm loud capping your tail. I'm loud capping for the world to see what you're doing. Staff treating me like trash and never met anyone as rude as disrespectful as them. Please do better. Talking about a man shoving them in the morning. They're doing all kinds of violation. Misdiagnosing people. Never again, I'd rather die than go back here. The nurses were all very... So the food service was terrible. Everything... Now, let me see. It was filthy. Nursing care was poor. I would give 0 stars. Unprofessional, uncaring, basically scared me out of getting a procedure I desperately needed. Look at here. Stage 4 cancer. My mama had stage 4. And I'm worried she'll get worse at home alone. I'm spraying if she's septic. She's because of the medication she takes. Well, they did not even wait for the blood culture to come back. They just shipped her home and said goodbye. Today, the hospital called her back stating she had to come back because her blood cultures are positive. After they told her yesterday she was not septic. The hospital doesn't care for their patients. They treat them like a number. If anything happens to my sister due to delay in care, I'll be coming for a juggling end of this killer hospital. Run away. Don't go here if you value your life. Killer hospital. Now, I'm trying to find the review where they were talking about the greedy nuns. I see all these negative reviews here. They're just talking about how the doctor was not knowledgeable. I already know how they are not. Not a good place. I would recommend my grandma was treated with no respect. She's sensitive to the cold. And they kept turning the cold air up. And do not like this place no more. I would rather get stabbed than come here. They don't listen to the patients. They don't listen. You'll tell them to do this and do that. They totally disregarding you. This hospital is totally disregarding. People that work at this hospital, they totally disregarding what you say. Not listening to the person that's telling them, hey, make my mama or my patient feel better. Do this, do that. They refuse to listen to them. Now, I'm going to blast. I'm going to blast every last doctor that works here, every last nun that works here, because I am mad. I am upset. I am very upset. Their money is more to them than a soul, than a darn soul. Let me see where that review was talking about that nun, them nuns. But I'm going to put that hospital in the description box below so you can see the darn negative reviews. Let me see. Trying to go to... They all talk about how this hospital is not good. Let me see if I can find the one about the nuns. This horrible hospital, horrible. Miss Alicia was amazing along with the doctors that assisted me. My dad was poorly treated by an MD. Our issues were expressed. Poorly treated by a doctor. This hospital in elections. I just found out this out today. I have to share this to no one else goes through the same thing. My grandfather died last year and it was due to this hospital in elections. They treated him horribly. The nurses were extremely rude to him. Man. The nurse was extremely rude to him when speaking to him while he was agonizing in pain. Left him on his bed after he used it on himself. Jabbed the tube in his throat to help him breathe and said, died for unknown reasons. I think they killed him. So does my entire family. Yes. I think this hospital is killing patients. And then they holding my mama body for some darn reason. They're not listening to the family members. I noticed that. They're not listening to us. We tell them to do this for our family member. They totally disregarding what we say. I'm blasting this hospital and I'm putting them on blast. They're killing people in the hospital. And I'm telling you now, if people don't check this hospital out, they could continue to kill. Let me see. I'm trying to find about the greedy nurses. Somebody made a review on that. Maybe I had passed it up. Greedy nurses, greedy nuns, Let me go back up. Yeah, these nuns, they talk about how greedy the nuns are at this hospital. Lord, if I could find that comment. But if not, I'm going to leave it in the description box below so y'all can see. Nuns, Catholic nuns. One thing I don't like is the Catholics. Because a lot of Catholics are into voodoo. Yeah. Witchcraft. They into that. They keep saying patient elect. Incompetent, uncaring, neglectful. The experience with showing been good. However, when I was there for the most part, I was neglected and ignored. Tried to write in the hospital about my bad experience, but I don't know if my letter reached them. They do ignore you. For some darn reason, that hospital, it don't take in what you say. You tell them what's going on, they go again. And then the doctor don't want to talk to me. Avoid me after they done murdered my mother. Yeah, I'm going to say it like this. Oh, I don't think we murdered your mother. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Because when she was at my house, she was being kept alive. Now, one nurse told me she worked there and don't even trust them. The hospital needs to be investigated for neglect and the possibility of patients losing their lives as a result of it. My fiance woke up in severe pain. When we got to the lake, there were so many people sitting in the waiting room sleeping because they haven't been seen for hours. Oh my God. Again, they elected my mama. That's how she died. I went there and I saw the neglect. I tried to inquire more care to her. They kept saying they giving it to her when I know they were not. Talking about, oh, she died. Like, no, y'all killing these patients. The nurses and the doctors here, they killing them. They killing them. There ain't nothing but negative reviews on this mess. And this hospital is not investigated. They're not listening to a word we say. Not a word. Wrong review. This hospital sucked the doctors, especially Dr. Melcon. I think, oh my God, was very rude, and nurses was nice though. The nurses be nice, but they neglectful. They don't tend to the patient's aid. Me being a medical assistant, they're not doing the right thing. DHH and OSHA violations all over the place. Now, what I gather, don't they supposed to be a person, investigator, or somebody that goes to hospitals and check things out to see if everything is run smoothly? Don't it supposed to be somebody that inspector? Don't it supposed to be somebody to inspect these hospitals to see if everything is run smoothly? Where is the inspector on these hospitals? Y'all, and I need to fire everybody in the dang kitchen. Whoever answer the phone, Rudy said I'm on a regular diet, and they act like I have to argue to get my order to get sick of it. They're not listening to the patients. I have known 4 people who died due to malpractice. Someone in my family also died due to malpractice. The hospital is not about good outcomes. Instead, they bleed your insurance dry. In short, they care about money and not people. This hospital needs to be inspected. Where them dirty nuns? They have not treated me well. They pulled my skin off my hand. Oh my God. Used to be the best. Most of the staff doesn't care like they did years ago. Waited over for hours to see a doctor and 7 hours to be admitted. Wait for an hour for blood test results. This is not acceptable. A DRA into the hospital, and they didn't heal him. Instead, they put him to sleep injection to die. What kind of attitude this hospital is? They should close down Not badly, not recommended. What? Now I think something happened to my mama. Why are they holding my mama body? If they done put an injection for her to die, I'm suing all they tails. They holding my mama body for some darn reason. The funeral came to try to pick up my mama body yesterday. They tell me, oh, she has to be approved. Approved for what? And just like one of my neighbors said, something ain't right. Something ain't right. You lawyers, let me tell you something. Y'all take cases that y'all don't want to go against the protocol. When I mean, y'all don't want to go against the actual wicked people that's doing the dirt to the patients or to the people. Y'all keep saying, oh, we can't take this case. We can't take the case. Y'all are barred. A lot of you are barred. Okay? And I know that. A lot of you lawyers are barred. You're barred with that money. You will let this mess slide just because you barred. You know why they getting away with this? Because lawyers, people that's supposed to be going against this, are letting it slide. They're not listening to the person, to the witnesses that are witnessing it. They are letting it slide. Killing people in hospitals and not listening to the people when they tell them what to do. This is purely evil. Yeah, I'm loud capping your hospital. I'm loud capping it. Poorest communication by the physicians I have ever experienced. The nurses and staff are horrible on the 5th floor. Just don't go here. Oh my God. Now, I just can't find that comment, but I might post that comment in the description box below about them nurses. Because the comment, it shows the nurses. Yeah, a lot of them are doing malpractice at this hospital. Yeah. Also, let me show you the doctor that didn't want to see me. Doctor. Let's see. Hennessy. That's him. He didn't want to see me after all that happened. Yeah. Loud capping his tail. Yep. Now I'm going to put nurses, hourly league. Nuns, Let me go. Let's see, we got images. Yeah, it's supposed to be run by some nurses. It's run by the Catholic Church. Catholic. Now, y'all know I don't like the Catholics because of the voodoo that be in these Catholic churches. Now, I know I don't like them. Right? But I'm going to show you the review about those nuns, how they say those are greedy nuns that run that darn hospital. But 1.7. It should be no reason why this hospital is still going on. Where's the inspector on this? Killing patients, neglecting them, not listening to their cry. Where is the inspector on this? Where is it? They killed my mother, by the way. Everybody gonna say, oh, put your mama to rest. Yeah, I put her to rest, all right. I'm letting everybody know how this hospital kills. I'm letting everybody know. They didn't want to hear me about the holistic way. They totally went against that. They went against all of it, you guys. So, what I'm about to say is, Our Lady of the Lake and other hospitals that's like this, malpractice need to be investigated. Killing people and then holding their dead bodies? She's a veteran. She ain't supposed to be held this way. So, I'm calling the VA tomorrow about this too. But, yeah, they aren't electing those patients. So, people, I want y'all to serve this word here. But I'm going to let y'all know. These hospitals are going against patients' wishes and the family members' wishes and killing them for malpractice. I'm going to put it on blast. So, people, serve this word here. Jesus Christ is God.